What's up, guys? This is Preston here, and this is the GEICO 500 race review for the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series season. And yeah, guys, this is just about what I expected for this type of racing. This is why I'm a fan of these kinds of tracks. That's why I'm a fan of super speedway racing. The pushing, the aggressive racing, pack racing, the uniqueness. It's just the style of racing was really amazing. And this finish, we're going to talk about the finish towards the end of this video. But yeah, guys, this is the GEICO 500 race review. And yeah, let's get started. So on the pole was Michael McDowell. This was a race needed to win for the Fords, because Ford has not been looking good to start the year. They've just been struggling. They've been struggling at tracks. Struggling at some tracks. They've been just not really been. They just didn't have the good luck all around. So, um, yeah, guys. And then stage one and stage two were won by the Fords. Were won by Penske teammates with Joey Logano and Austin Cindric. And this race, I originally thought this race was going to be postponed. Or if you would have asked me earlier this week, this race would have been postponed to Monday. But anything can happen with the forecast. It changed. We got the race done today in sunny weather at Talladega. And man, I was just really happy. Really happy the weather changed and cooperated. So yeah, it rained in Talladega in the morning. So yeah. Um, at the start, it was three wide racing. It was really just three wide racing, and we didn't have a single incident for caution until stage three. Um, there's only two incidents we've had well, three if you counted that final lap, which we're going to talk about that towards the end of this video, like I said. And yeah, guys. So there was three wide racing. Fuel savings. You had to save fuel in this race. Like ever since really the next gen era. Well, ever since I think like since ever this year, fuel has been a thing at these big tracks. Remember, like we saw in the Daytona 500, where drivers have been saving fuel, and drivers were going like 50, 60 to 30% throttle. We've seen drivers do it. Um, there was green flag pit stops, and yeah, there were some drivers that did benefit, and there were drivers that didn't benefit. And I gotta talk about my driver, Denny Hamlin, because this is by far his worst performance I have ever seen him at a super speedway. That I've been a fan of this guy. I've been a fan of Denny Hamlin for like almost 4 years now, and let me tell you what, man, this has got to be his worst performance I've ever seen from him at a super speedway. I mean, it's like he didn't execute well when it comes to pit road. Yeah, and he was staying at the back, and he did play a good call. He and this Toyota just played a good strategy call. Yeah, first Denny Hamlin spun out of control and spun out and collected John Nemechek, which I mean, that was just kind of like a bad luck situation, because Fox said that Denny Hamlin said there was like water on the track or something. And yeah, the second time Denny Hamlin missed his pit box. So yet another bad mistake. It's just Denny Hamlin just made mistakes when it comes to executing on pit road, but we did fix those issues by going with the strategy, pinning earlier than the Fords and Chevrolets did. But unfortunately, bad pushing ends up costing, and it did, involving Erik Jones, Bubba Wallace, John Nemechek, and Denny Hamlin. Both of my main favorite drivers got involved in the same crash. Literally got involved in the same crash. That was just embarrassing. Not gonna lie, guys. But it is what it is, guys. Yeah. Denny Hamlin almost finished last, but it is what it is, guys. It's Talladega. So, guys, I am very, very happy right now, because Tyler Reddick won in the Jordan Jumpman car, and Michael Jordan was at the racetrack today. I was so excited. I was so pumped when Tyler Reddick won, and This race was won in dramatic fashion. Just like this race, the finish of this race was just as dramatic as the one from the fall race, 2023, when I was at that track with Ryan, when Ryan Blaney won. Um, man, we're gonna talk about the wreck towards the end of this video, but yeah, I mean, stage one, great racing, three wide, you have to save fuel, and same thing what happened in stage two, with with saving fuel. Kyle Larson, he was the driver that had to come through, had to go through early because he had like a pre-qualifying technical issue before qualifying. So yeah, wow, guys, just wow. And also about that Eric Jones wreck. I thought Eric Jones got injured in that wreck, but he said he just felt sore. But he was okay. He was able to get out of his car and got released from the infield care center. So that's good to hear. I'm glad Eric Jones have walked away from that accident. Because I was, like I said, an incredibly hard hit with John Nemechek pushing the heck out of Bubba Wallace. This was an aggressive push gone wrong. And Toyotas, they were working together, I get it, it's trying to go to the end of the race, but it just happens. So just bad push. Bad push gets a bad result. So that's what it is. Bad push gets a bad result. And it ended up taking out both of ends up taking my guy, Denny Hamlin, and Bubba Wallace. Wow, guys, and the finish and the final, final laps, the final 30, less than 30 laps, Michael McDowell, he led the most laps in this race. He led the most laps in this race. He won the pole for this race, and man, on that final lap, we gotta talk about that final lap. McDowell and Reddick were side by side heading on the white flag. And then on the back straightaway, Brad Keselowski got a big push to McDowell. McDowell got a big run. McDowell was able to open up a big gap. And then Brad Keselowski came with a huge run with a push from Gragson. Keselowski went to the top, McDowell blocked. Keselowski went to the bottom, McDowell blocked again. And McDowell spun out, hit the wall, and it collected it collected almost everybody. That was the huge one. And Tyler Reddick gets the win. Tyler Reddick winning in the Jordan car, Talladega Super Speedway, with Michael Jordan being there. Oh my gosh. That is amazing. That is amazing. As me being a Michael Jordan fan, and also a 2311, of course, a 2311 racing fan with Danny Hamlin, and me being a Jordan guy. This is just a big dub, big dub. Um, Tyler Reddick, he isn't like my main favorite driver because, of course, I'm a Denny Hamlin fan. But technically, if you drive if it's a 2311 racing win, it's also a Denny Hamlin win because he owns 2311 racing. This is a win for Denny Hamlin ownerly and the owner's statistics. So yeah, gosh, man, I really like Tyler Reddick. He's a great race car driver. I like his racing style. He's that That is great, good win for Tyler Reddick. Great, good win for Tyler. Great win for Tyler Reddick today. Talladega, man. And we've got to take a look at that last lap crash again because Corey LaJoie was the one that ended up flipping on his side and went back on all fours. Yeah, that last lap crash was huge. Was just huge. It took out, I think Kyle Busch was involved, took out literally almost everybody. Literally almost everybody was involved in that last lap crash. Just wow. Wow, just what a race. What a race. What a race, guys. And I would say this race was better than the 2023 fall race. This race was better than the last time the Cup Series went to Talladega. And I would say, and definitely this race was by far way better than the one. Way better than the one last spring. Way better than the one last spring, guys. And yeah, guys, this is awesome. Good win for Tyler Reddick, man. He's in the playoffs. Reddick had a fast car last week at Texas. Didn't get the job done. this week got the job done. And yeah, um, wow, just what a race, guys. I think that's all I have to say about just recapping the race. Otherwise, stage one, no incidents, just um, just great three-wide racing trying to manage fuel, and Denny Hamlin he spun out on the pit road. Like I said, this was probably one of his worst um, super speedway races I've seen from him. When as a Denny Hamlin fan myself, he just made bunch of mistakes, just bunches of just didn't execute on pit road. That's what ultimately didn't let us to get up front contention for the win as much. But but they did make up for it with that green flag pit stop. But that but yeah. Um, but anyways, guys, wow. This makes it up. This Tyler Reddick win makes it up. And this race was absolutely amazing. Very amazing race, guys. Now I'm going to take a look at the race results. All right, everybody, here is the race results. Tyler Reddick won in that amazing Jordan paint scheme. The GOAT has won. Michael Jordan. Yeah, Michael Jordan wins. The Jordan scheme wins. Tyler Reddick for 2311 Racing wins. Amazing. W. Brad Keselowski will finish second today. This is the wow. Brad Keselowski finishes second. Another top five finish for Brad. So close. This guy keeps coming up oh so close to getting wins. Noah Gragson will end up finishing third. Ricky Stenhouse fourth. Alex Bowman will round up the top five. Anthony Alfredo sixth. William Byron, guys, he was my pick indeed to win this race. He ends up finishing seventh. Todd Gillen eighth. Daniel Hemrick ninth. Daniel Hemrick, he was actually leading some of the laps towards the start of this race. Harrison Burton 10th. Martin Truex Jr. 11th. Chase Briscoe 12th. Ross Chastain 13th. Ryan Preece 14th. Chase Elliott 15th. I forgot to talk about that crash that happened, the first crash that happened in stage 3 where just a bunch of checking up in the middle lane. Then Christopher Bell, he was the one that turned around and hit the wall and collected Chase Briscoe, Justin Haley, Blaney was also involved in that one too. So yeah, Carson Hocevar, Corey LaJoy, Joey Logano. Then we got Ryan Blaney in 20th, Kyle Larson 21st, Ty Gibbs 22nd, Austin Cindric 23rd, Cody Ware 24th, Chris Buescher 25th, Kyle Busch 26th, Daniel Suarez 27th. Shane Van Gisbergen was also in this race. Shane Van Gisbergen, he did great. He did great today, but involving, I think he also got involved in that last lap crash. Finishes 28th. Zane Smith 29th. Austin Dillon 30th. Then Michael McDowell, he finishes 30th. Then 31st is Michael McDowell. 32nd, 31st is Michael McDowell. Dude, I feel bad for McDowell, dude. He's so close, just wasn't his day. 32nd was BJ McLeod. He was running up front in the top 10 towards earlier in this race. John Nemechek 33rd. Justin Haley 34th. Eric Jones, Bubba Wallace, Denny Hamlin, and Christopher Bell. This was just not a clean race for Toyota. I gotta say, this was just not a clean race for Toyota. So yeah, guys, in conclusion, this Talladega race was amazing. Man, the finish was absolutely wild. Um, what I gotta say, guys, Talladega, man, this race was really good. Three wide racing, the majority of this race, and had to determine whether you had to save fuel or not at the start of the stages. And then once two cautions came out for the incidents involving Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott, Todd Gillen, and Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe, and then we got another crash involving the Toyotas when they tried to play a strategy, didn't work out, and ended up getting into this less than 30 lap stretch to this very big last lap crash, and Tyler Reddick was able to break through and win it, guys. So yeah, guys, I'm giving this race perfect score. 10 out of 10 race. Perfect score, guys. You had great racing, three wide action all around. Just unbelievable. This race was moments that were just unbelievable. Just unbelievable, guys. And yeah, that is it for this Talladega race review. What do you guys think about this race? Let me know in the comments below. And anyways, Michael Jordan gets a W. This is Preston signing off. Peace out.